First came the whispers. Next, hushed exchanges in the lunchroom. Then it happened. Redundancies were announced, and your position was included. What do you do with the funds from your pension contributions check? Once again, Roseanne East provides sound advice. Welcome to Retirement Matters.
Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at JN Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. JN Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.
Thanks for joining us. Hi, Roseanne. We know that for many of us, the subject of redundancy leaves us tense and even anxious. It's not something that we want for ourselves or for others, but it happens and can leave us feeling vulnerable, unless, of course, we had opted for voluntary redundancy. On this program, though, Roseanne, it's all about opportunities and options, so I know you have some sound advice for us.
Good morning, Annette. Good morning, listeners. It's interesting that in your opening, you ask what persons should do with money from pension funds after their positions are made redundant. In recent times, I have seen persons take these funds, both their basic and voluntary contributions, and with every intention of investing the money, end up not having any to show for it within a year or two.
Truth spoken, Roseanne. I've seen it too.
With all good intent and purpose, not all persons are great at commitment. And so, when a challenge arises, there goes their pension money.
Fact is, we know how it can be. These challenges often arise when we are the most vulnerable.
Of all the advice I will give this morning, this is the most important. Instead of you taking a refund of your pension contributions after redundancies, if it is at all possible, please consider transferring that money to an IRS, that is, an individual retirement scheme, or for those who may be joining another company, you could choose to transfer your money into your new employer's pension fund. That is, of course, providing there is one, and the trust deed and rules have provision for transferring such funds.
I hear you, but you know we like to keep it real on this program. And if my position has been made redundant, I will need the funds to live on. That is, if I'm not going to another job immediately.
And that's why I said, if possible. Things happen. We know that these are harsh economic times, and so it would be difficult for someone who has no other means of income to simply transfer the funds to an IRS or to leave it behind in order to move it to an approved superannuation fund. However, we go back to the point that we have been making since the start of the series, planning. This is critical.
The time to mend your roof is before it begins to rain. A simple truth from JFK.
When you have a plan, you are better prepared for contingencies. Your financial advisor would have started you on the road to having a contingency fund to take you over 3 to 6 months of being without your regular source of income. Ideally, this is where you could look for funds, that is, if you have been able to accumulate sufficient money. If you were making additional voluntary contributions, AVC, you may consider taking just the AVC portion and leaving the basic and employer's contributions for retirement. Of course, this will depend largely on the rules of the pension plan and whether you are vested.
Sounds like a great idea. Vesting, though. What is vesting?
Vesting really refers to the point at which a member is entitled to receive the employer's contributions. Not as a cash refund, though, but rather it will be made available to you at retirement.
Thanks, Roseanne. I suspect that some persons may be wondering about tax implications. Should I decide to take my money out at this time, will I pay tax on my contributions?
Currently, under Income Tax Act, pension refunds are not taxable, whether by way of regular termination or termination due to redundancy. However, and listen carefully, listeners, if it is a case that the pension plan is being wound up and your position was not declared redundant, but you have been given the opportunity to take a refund of your contributions, then the amount at that time would be subjected to income tax.
So, refund at termination, no tax. Refund due to redundancies, no tax. Refund due to winding up. As long as I am still employed, then my funds will be taxed?
Correct. There you go.
We have focused on the matter of redundancies purely from the perspective of retirement. Is there any general advice you can share?
Happy to, Annette. I'm happy to. Redundancies always mean change. If your position has been declared redundant, it's time to regroup and affirm yourself positively, then act. When your financial situation changes, it's also time to review your strategies. I always recommend professional advice.
I like to remember to be intentional about managing my response to challenges. I begin with, "This too shall pass."
Stay positive and plan, especially if you are not moving into another job immediately. Pull information relating to your finances and prepare a checklist. Go through your liquid and non-liquid assets. That's your easily accessed cash and the things you own. Here, we're talking about your savings and investments, pension statements, bank statements, insurance policies, and so on. Next, identify your liabilities, what you owe. For example, rent or mortgage commitments, household expenses, loans, including credit card debt, and create an immediate action plan to address these obligations. Make contact with your creditors and inform them of your new situation. While doing all of this, keep a positive long-term vision of yourself. This is important as we may be tempted to only think of our immediate situation.
I know that many companies provide financial counseling for persons affected by redundancies. I've been told that this has made a huge difference and has influenced many wise decisions.
Yes, so true. The financial decisions made at this time can be life-changing. So I advise persons to treat their pension fund with respect and to remember its intended purpose. And, wherever possible, ensure that your plans for retirement remain intact.
I would also imagine that this is also a time for the support of your friends and family.
Yes, there will be good suggestions from many persons, and some of the advice will be good, but ultimately, ensure that you have considered all the options, particularly those recommended by your financial advisor. This experience has reshaped many persons' lives positively.
Lemonade from lemon, right?
You could say that. Now remember, the JNFM advisory team is available for financial counseling and portfolio management. So we can offer great options for your pension refund check and construct your new strategy to still actualize your goals, including those for retirement. We are also available to work with HR departments for presentations to staff, to social groups and others on any areas of financial interest. JNFM has daily electronic newsletters with market news, and our team participates in financial seminars. The JNIRS, an individual retirement scheme, is available through JNFM, and we provide administration and investment management of pension funds.
Thanks for that, Roseanne. And contact can be made by emailing jnfundmanagers@jnbs.com or through our website at jnfunds.com or by texting 877-2612. Great stuff, Roseanne. Lots of information to digest. And as we close, we share the reminder.
Retirement is a journey, not a destination.
And that we can choose to live each day appreciating the value of our here and now, even as we plan for our future. Until next week, take care of yourself and those around you. Bye-bye.